Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is Go Artist, aka Shutterworth, aka LB, Lauderdale Boss, RingGangRadio.com in the building, nigga.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxer in the building. Ring Gang Radio, let's go.
Hey, Bodega P, straight from the sewer. And this nigga was in the sewer today. Is that correct? Fighting crime and whatnot?
Nigga, I'm still here. I'm still in the hood like them little motorcycles.
We're like
He's not going anywhere. He's right here.
Yeah, I bet you anything though, the rats has probably multiplied by now, so we probably gotta go kill some more rats. Am I correct?
Episode 4 coming soon, nigga. Chill.
Yeah, of course. We always gonna kill all rats, but these rats today is extra jiggy for some reason. I don't know why.
Rats must die.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? But as always, man, we salute you for your service, keeping our city and our streets safe from all these miscreants and reprobates that are walking around. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger and #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. This is Ringing Radio. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot, man. He rises above the clouds, man. Always, man. So yeah, I mean, it's good to have him here. And yeah, man, this is a special one because usually we've been doing our episodes on the weekend, but we were all watching the latest versus episode between the Locks and Dipset, and it made a hell of an impression on all of us, and apparently like elsewhere too, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. The shit's buzzing. New York especially, man, and
New York City.
Yo, like I said, so yeah, it was so the shit was so crazy that we had to we definitely gotta drop our own thoughts about it. One thing, at least from my point, man. Let's just say for Dipset, I mean, to me, the Locks and Jada's done this twice to rappers that I kind of don't respect in terms of what their outputs have been, even though their talent even though it's a great match of talent. First is Fabulous one because Jada already did one with Fabulous, and he kind of made Fabulous like he never really had no type of hits like that.
That's wild. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, Fabulous, gotta say, Fabulous always said, like, dude could spit, dude always had the talent, though, but his commercial shit was just always lacking, except unless he was writing the girl joints or whatever, and that's fine.
His commercial shit was hit or miss. He got some legit, mainstream commercial bangers, but then he got a lot of I'm trying too hard shit too.
Yeah. And dude was going and that one was really going into his bag trying to compete with Jada, and Jada was effortlessly just like he won that shit. Like there was no contest on that one. But this one was like 100 times worse because this was Dipset. Now I said in cast I was not a Dipset fan. I couldn't get into the Choo Choo Man, Zulu Gang, Cuckoo Man type of rhymes these niggas was on. Like,
you don't like those computers Putin, Fruity Tooty, Fooly Magooly.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Blam Killy Cam, man. Come on.
Yeah, that was the shit. And one thing is not Cam, because I mean I was a fan of Cam. Like I love, but when Cam started getting on that wave or whatever, I was just like, no. And then Jewels and Jimmy, I don't even respect them as rappers, and they was over there struggling over hot beats, which was killing.
Jewels was actually nice sometimes. It was Jimmy that was struggling in their prime.
And then after they had the weed carriers, you had Hell Rel, who I couldn't stand.
Nah, Hell Rel could spit.
Oh, nah, yeah, no Ruger Rel disrespect here. Nah,
that nigga first album dope as fuck. Like,
and J.R. Ryder was straight, but he was kind of like 1D. You know what I mean?
And J.R. Ryder, I like J.R. Ryder more than Jewels. Like
that's what I'm like. J.R. Ryder could spit. He's legit dope. 40 Cal was dope.
Shit, I mean, it's been a while since I've even heard from.
Just say you don't fuck with niggas, jeez.
But yeah, no, like it was just thing like I just could not get into that shit. I could not get into that shit at all. So I was like, okay, when that shit went to the when that shit went to the wayside or whatever, because Dipset obviously a lot of internal what broken up. There's a lot of internal shit, and then a lot of disloyal shit too. I mean, the biggest thing obviously is Jimmy. Cam and 50 were beefing, and Jimmy kind of went on the 50 side because he was trying to stay relevant. And Cam kind of never forgot that. I mean, although they came up together and they get the money, but that chemistry was gone after that.
But then Cam later on say that Jimmy before that beef happened, he was saying something about they should fake a beef.
Yeah, he mentioned something like that.
Yeah, I did remember hearing something like that. He was like, "What? Are you fucking serious?" Like, then later on, these niggas beefing for real.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. And then in the middle of this too, like Joel's though, I mean, dude fell victim to the trappings of fame. Like, dude couldn't handle it, and dude got up some drug shit and some other shit, and got sent to jail and came back. It was like watching Dirty coming out of jail. That's basically what Joel's gives me. He gives me that same vibe, bro.
Call me crazy, but there was like a brief time in 06-07 where right before when Wayne popped off, Joel's and Wayne were like neck to neck, like popularity wise.
That's facts.
Yeah, they were supposed to drop a CD, something like a shit. But I think both of them niggas was like lazy or drugged up or some shit like that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Wayne kept going, but it's Joel's that kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because they're on top, like
Because remember, at least Wayne had the squad ups and the Carters were coming out during that time.
Yeah, and the droughts.
Yeah, that too.
And then Joel's had at least had a brief period, where he was on that Chris Brown joint, and that shit, and if you were in the clubs, nigga, that shit was playing all the fucking time, like
all the time.
He had a brief window where he could have actually gotten past the whole Dipset shit. And
the nigga had a window of like 2-3 years.
I'm saying, but like I said, this nigga got into some drugs and some bullshit, and he went to jail. And like I said, dude is pretty broken right now. In contrast to the Locks. Now the Locks have always done their own thing, but in the 25 years or so they've been together, you've never heard of them beefing like that. Well, they had one beef, and that was involving J Hood.
But that's like if your little brother beefing with you because you didn't pick him up from school on time or some shit.
Yeah,
but between the three, Jada, Sheik, Luch, and Styles, if they had any beef, we never heard about it. It's always been internal, and they kept it that way.
Yeah, they kept it that way. Yeah, and never like slowed their output. Like, I mean, they appeared on each other's solos. I mean, I know they had the situation with their group albums. That's why there was a big gap between their second and third one. There was a big gap. And then obviously they were doing their solo shit at the time because everyone wanted Jada to drop a solo, and then Styles dropped a solo, and Sheik dropped his solos, and the D Block shit. There was a whole, but even after all that too, like it was always love between them, like, and the chemistry never wavered. Which brings us to this versus battle.
Hold on, get into the DJ in the beginning though. Like you gotta do it in chronological order.
I'm sorry though, but this DJ was kind of like first, like he'd be like setting the mood, and then afterwards he'd be playing some bullshit. Like the worst of it was playing "Hit 'Em Up." Like seriously in New York,
dude, he did.
He kept hit him up in New York. Man.
I was like, yo.
Like this nigga said, nah, this is hip hop. Like, dude, like Big's man's the Locks is right there, bro. You really gonna be out there playing "Hit 'Em Up" like it's like that shit?
He had some balls for that though.
Yeah, but he was.
So he couldn't read the room on that one.
Yeah, I was like, he was doing that, and he played Hail Mary. Like, I mean, first of all, like if you want this to be New York, like, Tupac, Tupac is fine, but if you're trying to set a New York mood, like, you gotta play New York shit.
I'm cool with him playing Tupac, but "Hit 'Em Up" was just like, and I'm a Tupac fan. I love "Hit 'Em Up." Like, "Hit 'Em Up" is dope as fuck. Like,
it is, but
top 10 diss track. But I'm not expecting to hear "Hit 'Em Up" before verses and then hear a Biggie song right after "Hit 'Em Up." Like, nigga could have played "I Got My Mind Made Up" with Red and Meth and killed it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there were so many other songs that he could have touched. I mean, he did play most of them, but it was just like it was so uneven. Like to say, like. And then after he was like, after he was being a dick, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, y'all gotta get off. Y'all gotta get up from behind me. Hold up.
He felt that damn razor blade in the back of his damn shirt. Niggas right? Like, hold on, dude. You play that shit again. Play that motherfucking "Hit 'Em Up" again.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, play Against All Odds next, nigga. Watch and see what happens.
I mean, at first the set was cool. But then it just jumped the shark because obviously they were buying a lot of time And
Yeah,
That
and,
nigga
and
flipped
that's the
the
thing.
song.
It was a long fucking set. Like it was almost an hour. Like yo, and this is like, I mean, this is after people were there to were watching the boxing and shit like that. And the boxing I don't think was really buzzing outside of the knockout that's happened with Hunter and Wilson. So it's like niggas was restless. And this dude was, and unfortunately too with the DJ. I mean, we'll talk more about the points of the DJ, but his DJ, like how he was going from left to the next one song to the next, wasn't that tight either. Like he was sloppy. Like man was real sloppy. Like you could tell. Like I mean, mostly he's probably one
Dude
of the,
felt more like a dancehall DJ because if you've been to like, I've been to, I'm not saying all of them, but I've been to dancehall clubs where they'll just play like 15, 20 seconds of a song and go to the next one. I'm like, God damn, nigga, you can't even vibe.
yeah. I'm saying like yeah,
You don't do that with hip hop, nigga.
right.
You gotta play a chorus and a verse. Like that's the rule.
Like I mean, especially if you're having niggas wait an hour, like you better so you better stretch that shit out. You better play them New York tunnel bangers, nigga, and you better be on point. You know what I mean? So yeah, that the DJ itself, man, like it wasn't a struggle because I mean I was ready for it, but it was just like dog, like like. At the end of it, I had that unsure feeling if this shit was even going to be dope or not, because it's set just based off that set.
Yeah, the wait was too long. It started like maybe a whole hour later.
Right. Yeah,
That's unacceptable, man.
Yeah, but I also say this though. Once it got started with Michael Buffer, I have to say Michael Buffer might be the biggest hustler in this whole entertainment industry.
He's the fucking GOAT. He could announce anything. He could introduce anything and make it hot.
I mean, dude say Yonkers is in the house. I was like, what do you know about YO, bro? This dude was, I was like, yo, I don't know who told him that, or he just picked it up himself, or he's just hip. But I was like, yo, like this dude is a hustler, and he gets paid like 7 figures for that shit too. But even then,
I mean, he's from the East Coast. Michael Buffer's from Philly, so I'm sure he knows about New York a little bit when you're that close. Like,
yeah, I'm sure too. But I was like,
and then that shit goes in the family because with Bruce Buffer be damn announcing shit too, right? I think UFC or something.
Yeah.
Bruce Buffer.
It's time.
He's annoying though.
He does the coked up like it's time and shakes the guy's hands and shit.
Yeah.
But nothing beats Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's just official.
He like I remember the fucking when he would be introducing fucking Goldberg in WCW. Like he had it for WCW. Like and his shit was.
He would go through wrestlers' resumes and shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like this is a work, right? But like I said, I mean, he's good, but he plays along though, like, but and that's what I guess that's how he gets his bag. But even then, like, you could tell I got a little bit too ignorant because once he announced, the Locks and Dipset and Sheik was running around, running his mouth and shit like that, he kind of cut his spiel short for whatever he was trying to do. He kind of booked after that.
The Sheik is too intimidating.
Yeah, and then after that, I mean, you had them, and then you had all the weed carriers. Like they all came down and got on the stage like that, and
that was the biggest assortment of weed carriers I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, especially they had some white dude in there was wearing some loud outfit, like white dude with like.
And there's some nigga with his shirt off. I'm like, what
yes,
the fuck?
some yoke ass nigga with his shirt off.
Yeah. I'm like, what is he there to like stop Sheik if Sheik gets out of control?
Yeah, like I realized that there was no real security between them niggas. Like between that and like I was like, yo, if a goon felt sort of way and decided to set some shit off, the shit would have popped off.
I swear I saw police on stage though.
Really?
Wow.
I
But see,
thought
there
I
was
did,
so
bro.
much shit on stage. Like there was
So
some
much,
shit that
because-
happened that you can't see in real time because there's just so many people, so much shit to focus on. You got Joel Santana looked like he fell into somebody's laundry basket and got up and had his outfit ready.
I saw in the memes like there was a meme that said Joel's wearing the shit that the IRS didn't repossess.
He said, "Fuck it, I got 3 jackets left. Let me wear them all at the same time."
And then in the beginning, like Cam was even out there. I don't think Cam was even out there initially.
Because Cam was like, "Man, this is for a check. I don't even fuck with these niggas like that."
Yeah, exactly. And that sets the tone, yeah, because Jimmy came out there, he was either high or drunk, and
Adderall. He said Adderall.
Juelz was out there wearing his source jewelry, and he looked like he was kind of out of it. And Cam came down, Cam tried to swag his way. I think he was like, yeah, I'm gonna swag my way through this shit. I'm gonna get this bag anyways, But
at the beach chair,
yeah, the beach chair, dude did not take this seriously. Dipset did take this shit seriously. And then that really also sets the tone because, yeah, like the Locks pretty much. First of all, in the beginning, like the Locks themselves, man, yeah, they were ready. Like, they were first. I think they were they were trying to do it within the format until they saw that Cam wasn't really fucking around. Like he wasn't taking the shit seriously.
Yeah.
So niggas went Super Saiyan mode, like, and they never took their foot off the gas pedal.
What? Super Saiyan, nigga?
Nigga, that's what I said, nigga. What the fuck?
Well, technically,
I thought I heard him say Saiyan.
He said Saiyan, which technically is not. I mean, I'm not going to be a total geek, but it's technically correct because in Japanese form, it's Saiyajin, so technically it's correct.
Real niggas don't go by that bullshit.
I'm just saying. I'll stop being a nerd now.
Yeah. But thank you, P. But yes, but anyways, yeah. And then like the Locks, like it was just a slaughter. Like it was one of them slaughters like you wanted to turn away from it, but there was just so much going on stage you couldn't. LB man, drop your thoughts, bro.
Oh man, I think the biggest lesson from the whole thing, just to overall put it together. It showed the difference between niggas who eat, sleep, and live, breathe hip hop, and niggas that just happen to rap.
Yes, sir.
And you saw that clear as day. And they even like the Lock started it off with "fuck you," which is like, god damn, like geez, like like how you gonna respond with that? Then it's like, okay. Dipset said, you know what? I'm ready. Now, I'm ready would have been a good response if motherfuckers ain't forget the words.
Yeah, that was a constant thing all fucking night, especially from Juelz too.
Yeah, they was fumbling over their words.
Right? I mean, come on, like, did you hear that chant? We are ready. Like, nah, come on.
Ruin that shit. Y'all ruin your own response.
Look, they were rapping over their own recorded vocals, yo. I was like, yo.
That's why when Jada called him out, I was like laughing. Like, this New York, like we didn't come here. We didn't come here to hear you rap over you. Like, we wanted to hear you fucking rap. Like, if we wanted to just hear the song, we would just stay in the fucking car and listen to that.
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. It's like, look, at least do the fucking the odds, the ends and outs of the verse. Like, these niggas was off key with the ad libs, the double ups. Like,
yeah, they weren't sharp. And
if you don't know all the words, at least try. Like, these niggas are just on some like, fuck it, like.
And my favorite song from the Dipset camp has always been "Welcome to New York City." Right, I've always fucked with that song hard for whatever reason. And Juelz forgot his 4-bar hook. Like, really, my nigga, really.
You had one job.
Yeah, one job, and this nigga couldn't remember his own fucking hook. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, and this was just the constant pattern with them. Like, Dipset's like, and their DJ sucked too. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, this nigga wasn't ready too. Like, this nigga was just like, they must have just pulled that nigga like maybe like a day before the shit. And like, you know what? Here's some joints over here. And we're just gonna freestyle this shit. The DJ is just as important as the performers, people. Like I said, yeah, just if you live in shit, but the DJ.
Spinderella told y'all that already.
Yeah.
Jam Master Jay told y'all that. Like, do niggas not listen? Like, you gotta
Cream
be
has Cream has said this shit. Like, really, like you gotta be on point. Like, that's how you get your gigs, man. You gotta be able to be on point at all times. You can't. You got, and in order to establish a chemistry, and that's the big word, chemistry.
I don't even think these niggas had a mic check because like Cam mic was low for like the damn first 30-40 minutes.
Yeah. And the Locks you heard loud and clear, and you can tell all them years they probably hated. They had to go be at Puffy's house, how to learn how to perform and shit. You saw all them years they come to pass. Like, them niggas knew how to perform. Like that shit was polished.
They
and
knew each other's words and tracks. Like, the only other people who could have helped Dipset were at home listening because they knew all the words to their shit. So how you
Yeah.
feel the niggas you look up to and you like their music and shit and they can't even say it right in the biggest moment available? Like, come on, like
Yeah, and
it's
And
low key
meanwhile,
embarrassing.
meanwhile, Locks was swagging on him doing it a cappella.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and the DJ too. Like the DJ, you can tell the DJ like he's been with them like on many shows, so the chemistry was established. Like
Yeah,
and the
he was
DJ.
on point.
And in
He was
front
on point.
and when Jada would say something like, "Okay, we got these joints," and the DJ was on it like that, he played them shits, and then they would they went with it. They like freestyle. I mean, you can tell it was possible. It was like freestyle. That you can tell like they was on
It
their
was like kind of on the whim because
game.
Joel's like, oh, you don't got no, you don't like girls, and then they come out with 5 girl joints in a row.
That is the biggest sunning I've ever.
Yeah,
This is
Dipset was shooting themselves in the foot every time when they was trying to come at the Locks. Well, y'all just want to turn this into a mixtape fest because y'all ain't got no hits. Like acting like All About the Benjamins ain't bigger than any hit that that Dipset ever put out.
I'm saying, like, I mean, you could hear, I hear this shit to this day. I don't hear no balling anywhere like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna shit on We Fly High because that shit's still cool.
I mean, balling.
I'm a Dipset fan, so I'm gonna say we do hear Oh Boy and Hey Ma still. Come on now, we do hear Oh Boy, Hey Ma.
But it don't mean nothing if you can't perform them in a battle. If you fucking them up, if the DJ start the song and then y'all fucking up, and then y'all start talking and rehearsing this shit, and then the DJ has to run it back, it's like you killing the whole vibe, the momentum y'all built up. Like, and these niggas did it several times.
That whole lady friendly shit. Like, I can't believe they said the Locks. I mean, now the Locks have some grum shit, but all them years with Puffy put them on a whole bunch of R&B shit.
They got a Grammy for that. Like he said, we got Grammys. All y'all seeing is grams. Like,
that was a shot. No, but I mean, Jada's one of the top. Like, we're talking about Fabulous earlier. Fabulous, Jadakiss are definitely top 5, top 10 female cut rappers to me. I mean, in my era for sure. Jada got a lot of lady cuts.
Yeah, the Locks definitely had like like the Honey. I mean, even the shits that didn't even mention. Like I know, fucking back in high school, Just Want to Please You with Mona Lisa, shit like that. Like I mean, that shit was also popping. Like them niggas.
Dude, Sheik was able to get off the Good Love song.
Yes, and they played that shit,
which is an underrated banger. So when Sheik is able to bust out solo chick songs, you know you fucked up.
Big time.
They had plenty of girl shit that they left off that they didn't even put on the table. Like Jadakiss had Maya's. He was on Maya's Best of Me.
Hell yeah.
I didn't even hear. I don't think I heard Mariah. I Just Wanna, right? Or KSS Me. He didn't play that shit, did he?
Nah, he didn't.
Nah.
It was the Honey remix.
Yeah, the Honey remix. Jenny from the
they didn't play the We Belong Together. They could have played that remix. Like,
yeah, they played the Family Affair remix with Mary J.
It was so much shit Locks left off the table. Like Jada ain't even do why.
Yeah, it was
they would have flipped that. Like, why you niggas even challenging us? We the king of New York. That's like,
or BMF.
They would have did. I'd have just ran out the house because I'd have been like, ah, damn, like that's just too hard for that battle. And for what these niggas was bringing, like it looked like Jadakiss was scolding a bunch of unruly students, and he was a substitute teacher.
I mean,
taking Joel's bandana off and throwing it on the floor.
That was high key disrespectful.
Yeah, and then
like he was bullying a fiend right there.
And then afterward, didn't Styles try to take off Cam Sneaks when he was sitting on that beach chair? Yeah, too.
The cab kicked him.
Yeah. I think
Styles almost dragged this nigga out the beach chair.
Yo, and that's where the fight, and that's where a legit fight almost popped up. You could tell because niggas had to step in between that shit. Before, because how New York niggas be like.
I don't think it was like. I don't think it was no real animosity. It was just on some like, God damn, like I'm embarrassed, but fuck, like let me get up and do something. Let me take this shit serious, like.
Yeah.
That type of energy the Locks had, you can't just ignore it on some like, yeah, whatever. Like they was too in your face with that shit.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the comments from Rusty. Yeah, them dudes.
Shout out to Rusty Taylor.
Yeah, them dudes. He said them dudes can't rap that long, way out of practice, and reality still starts, and that's true. Yeah, like dude, like that's so much before. Like you can tell them niggas they weren't fucking with each other. Like they were feuding with each other. Like you can tell like they wasn't and they said they were actually going on tour. Like they need to go.
Is there any scene with Cam and Jewels and Jimmy in the same picture or
I think of all. I think of all of them, I think Jimmy and Cam right now are still cool. Right now, because they always go back and forth with
That's
each
the
other.
weakest cool I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Cool
I mean,
enough, I guess. Cool enough, but I mean, they ain't like they used to be.
yeah, they ain't what they ain't what.
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
cool
how they used
enough.
to be.
But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, Cam's pride. I mean, halfway through, the two cool for school Cam got out the window, and Cam tried to protect his
But
pride a little bit.
they do this all the time. Cam does this with Mace all the time. They're cool and then they're not cool, and then it's like,
Oh no, he's not cool with Mace. No, he definitely has not. He ain't.
But I'm
he
saying
ain't
Cam-
cool
no,
with
but
Mace.
at one point they was, and then they wasn't, and then they like this goes back and forth. Like they was cool for a minute, and then all of a sudden they not. Like they just do this all the time.
Nah, Cam
Cam
and Mace
get
got.
embodied. And
Yeah,
it's like,
Cam and Mace never was on no back and forth cool shit. That's what like
Oh, yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
and them niggas.
Yeah,
Nah. Because Cam State for a minute he was all right. Like they were on okay terms, but then they
Okay,
then they were.
like, they not talking, and Mace is in Atlanta, this nigga in Harlem or whatever, or Miami, and it's like, well, I ain't got no problem with this nigga now, but I'm not gonna fucking chill with this dude and shoot dice or nothing. Like,
yeah. They. I mean, I don't know what I mean. Cool. Like I mean, I've never.
maybe that's a New York cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, basically, like in New York, if we not saying "fuck this nigga," I'm gonna smack his teeth out. Then I guess y'all cool. Like all right.
Yeah, that's not Florida cool, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It gets too hot down here for niggas to be cool like on that level.
Yeah, and then also Rusty also said Cam Show just did his first 3 solo albums, and I was telling again, they should have done Horse and Carriage. Like they might as well, like them niggas, like they wasn't doing nothing with all the Dipset shows. Like they might as well break out Horse and Carriage. Horse and Carriage was
that's what Cam was doing. Like he kept dipping into the solo bag. He wasn't even respecting them Dipset songs. He was like, "Fuck it."
Hell no.
yeah,
They beating our ass. Hold on, nigga.
They was still being disrespectful to Locks. They was shouting out Max B. That shit had me dying, knowing that Jimmy don't fuck with
Jimmy
Max.
got shook. You can see that his face got shook.
Yeah, Jimmy hates.
No, but he deserved that. Like that was like they were in the right for making him mad with the Max B shit, because like Jimmy still to this day, like he tells people before he does any interviews like what to not bring up, and he always says like don't bring up the Max B shit. Like he'll leave an interview if you bring up Max B, but yet now he wants to play a song with Max B in it. Like so you want to play a song with Max B on the verses, but you don't want nobody, you don't want to fuck with him or anything like that. Nah, fuck you.
That's whole shit right there.
Yeah, and his biggest song, Max B probably wrote the hook. And Stack probably wrote the verse.
Yeah, that person he wrote a lot. Jimmy can't write a goddamn thing, bro. Like,
dude, he struck a gold with fucking balling. Like, let's be honest. When he was playing Summer in Miami, it's like, and to me, I never liked
Miami
that
was dope.
song.
Nah, Summer in Miami was dope. That was a dope song.
You couldn't tell with the way the crowd reacted to that bullshit.
Yeah, no, yeah, because Summer in Miami. The thing is though. Because first of all, that beat has been done to death. It's been done to death by people who can actually like rap to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a nigga who learned the rap.
Yeah.
And remember, they called out Jimmy on that too.
Yeah.
They said this when everybody else was legit having rapping careers, Cameron and Mace was were teaching Jimmy how to rap. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still remember Jimmy. I think Jimmy's first appearance. I still remember that was on the Horse and Carriage remix, and that shit had a video. Oof.
Oh, it was Silk the Shocker, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Well, what beat was that?
Yeah. All I know is they rarely played that shit because that's how bad that fucking remix was. And I think Wyclef was in that shit too. I was like, ugh. And I was like, it was one of the worst songs and videos I've ever seen. It was like it was so bad. But yeah, Jimmy though, I have to admit though, he overachieved. Like he was lucky that he's a one-hit wonder or a two-hit wonder if you depending on how you feel about Summer.
Night Court beat. That's what it was. Shout out Rusty Taylor. Night Court. Yeah, that's what it was.
The Night Court team.
Good shit, Rusty. Yeah, I remember that.
But Jim's last couple albums were dope though. Jim's last couple albums were dope though. That's the thing.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, if you still listen, like Jim Jones has arguably been one of the most improved rappers over the decade. I mean, he's actually improved if he's writing his shit. Who knows?
Too bad nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, nobody cares anymore. That's the thing. But that couple album was pretty good.
He took too long to fucking improve, and I admit he did improve, but it's like, dude, like you had a 3-4 year time where you could have did this improvement.
Right, he was writing the Ballin' Wave too long. That's the problem. Like he struck pay dirt and he rode that shit to he rode that shit to the ground.
He did that pop champagne bullshit. That that was when they were throwing champagne at each other. Remember that video?
And instead of them putting on Max B and Stack bundles, you was jerking these dudes.
Hell yeah,
and that's why feed you hits.
Yeah, and that's why Max B wants to, pretty much is on video they're trying to beat this nigga's ass like it was nobody's business. So it's like, like Jimmy's a terrible businessman. And Rusty, no, we making fun of the remix for Horse and Carriage. The original Horse and Carriage with Mace is dope, bro.
Classic track.
Yeah, 357 was dope. Like niggas was talking about, man, just you may as well have Casa with the diplomatic intro. Pull Hell Rel out the stands, like nothing would have helped them niggas that moment.
Yeah, the sunning was just complete. It was too much. Like they could, and Cam, like at the end, he tried to freestyle or whatever the fuck he was rambling and then freestyling, and the crowd was booing him. Like that's when you knew that shit was.
Man, that was Cam's. I told you Cam's one of my first favorite rappers. That one hurt. Getting booed in the garden like that. God damn. Me too, Rusty. I'm a huge Cam fan too. But damn,
what's that tweet? You said
that was embarrassing.
Cam get booed was like seeing your dad get knocked down. That shit was a bad look. I like Cam. This the guy who said, "You could fool the rest of the world, long as New York know."
Yeah,
that's the guy that got booed from New York. Like,
yeah.
I mean, from a nigga that once got in Rap City and was spitting while counting his
money. Classic.
Yeah, to him struggling to even control the crowd, and that's the worst thing. Cam has the pedigree, like he has a pedigree just like Jada has a pedigree, but he just got lazy.
He got put on because of Big, really.
Yeah, Big gave him the cosign. Big gave him the cosign.
Big gave him the cosign. I mean, he came into the game. Big L got him into the game. Like, I mean, Big L doesn't never really cosign niggas like that, But Cam was on his album and everything. It's like it wasn't like Cam was never like he was. I mean, his underground shit was ridiculous. But I don't. But around somehow, so he switched his style up and
he got lazy.
He was down and out. Like. Dib said they would have a moment where they would come back or try to come back, but then it's like they would it's like the Locks would just counter it with something even bigger. It was like a boxing match where you see a guy, they're like, hey, this is the round you guys want to give so-and-so. Now's the time, he's looking better than he did in the first 4 rounds. And then right in the 5th round, then the 6th round come around, and then the dude is getting his ass whooped again. He's like,
I'm actually I have the song list out there. So like, let's say Dipset played Down and Out, and then niggas was playing the intro for World War III, Rough Riders Anthem remix, Get At Me Dog, and Last Day, and you're like, God damn. And then you have Dipset play I Really Mean It, and then Locks played Champions Here intro, Made You Look, Money, Power, Respect, By Your Side, Come Through, Put Your Hands Up, Blackout, and We're Gonna Make It. Like, that was that type of sunning. Like the last, it was pure sunning.
It was just pure hip hop tracks for the most part. Like Dipset got a lot of arena, stadium type of music, but if you can't say it or if you can't say it or deliver it in a way, because presentation, everything, it falls flat.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there was no chemistry. That's the thing. I mean, the Brotherhood of Locks compared to the Dissension and this Dipset just not being, you can tell Dipset hasn't been together in a long time on stage.
Them niggas just showed up the night before.
They showed up
that morning.
Well, Locks is probably, you could just tell Locks probably just came off tour, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit, or, just came off.
Yeah, and then, like I said, and afterwards, Jadakiss' rant at the end of all this shit, talking about he's outside. I ain't left New York, I'm outside. Like, that whole, like, he had the crowd in the palm of his hands. MC, master of ceremonies, that's how you do it.
Facts. But yo, hold on. Let's get into the poll before we done with this shit.
Yeah, because I mean, we got to give Kiss his flowers though, because Kiss deserves all his flowers.
No, definitely. He if he's not one of the greats right now, and if the Locks as an overall group ain't a top 10 group, I don't know what to say now. Like,
legend. That's legendary.
Like, man. Definitely
working with Biggie
I
and
want to get into this poll.
Yeah,
into this shit.
Oh yeah, we can get into that.
Me personally, I feel like this shit is a top 10 verses moment. It's a top 10 verses.
And sure enough, that's what we want to know. You know what I'm saying? Ring Gang wants to know what the people think. Was the Locks versus Dipset a top 10 versus? Yes or no? And so far on our poll, we got 37 votes, and 89% said yes, as opposed to 11% that said no. So we already know what the people say.
The only ones that come to mind, to me would be up there would be the Snoop, DMX, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the Isleys. That's the
I mean, there are better ones, but not 10. They're not 10 better ones.
That's what I'm saying. So there's somebody on here who said they got 10 that are better than that one. I just want him to read his list.
Well, yeah, no. Before I even read my list, I'm going to tell you like this too. The verses, first of all, they alluded to, if I don't respect the talent on the verses, that I tend not to listen. This is true. Like there's some verses that I just didn't listen to, like the 2 Chainz one. Yeah, that wasn't for me.
Honestly, that fell under the radar with a lot of people. A lot of people didn't even care for that matchup, to be honest.
The Rick Ross, Rick Ross 2 Chainz was kind of a weird matchup. I watched it, but
you wasted a Ross matchup on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were some that I caught later that I was like, huh. I didn't watch like the Erykah Badu Jill Scott one, but that's not part of my top 10 one. That wasn't.
You can get to the list, nigga. You ain't got all day.
But like I said, though, the versus ones, I like ones where at least they're competitive, like they're not one sided, which is the reason.
List, nigga,
shut up. All right. So yes, I had to tell a grown man to shut up because he can't keep talking. Anyways,
I'm just saying. I mean,
okay. So
my list arguing.
My list is this: RZA versus Primo, Teddy Riley versus Babyface, Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man, DMX Snoop, Earth, Wind, Fire versus Isley Brothers, Ray and Ghost, Red and Meth, SWV and Escape, Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown, Timbo, and Swiss.
All right. So first off, I keep forgetting about the producer ones, and I'm putting that in a different pile.
Nigga, it's a versus. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because it's different when it's producers and artists.
Yeah, that's
nigga,
true.
It's 10, nigga. That's 10. Like there was.
I knew there was some way he would fuck it up. Like most people is treating the producers and the damn rap and the music.
Nigga, I'm not saying rap. This is versus. Like this versus is not. I didn't say 10 top rappers versus. I'm not saying you gotta only have it rappers, but like the producers one, I put on a different one. Like it's a different. Yeah. Nigga, it's a versus. I don't know what the fucking
shit wasn't dope.
You're just like pushing the fucking goalpost, nigga.
Hold on, you put Jill Scott, Eric.
No. I said that wasn't part of my top 10.
Hold on, you put SWV
and Escape.
And what?
Nigga. Nigga love SWV. Nigga love Escape music.
Come on, bro.
You trying? See this?
I'm not fucking trying, nigga. You even watch that shit?
Yeah, I watched it. SWV was the shit.
All right, then. So what the fuck?
But it's not top. Is I can't put that over the Locks and motherfucking.
But the problem is, explain all those 10 choices I picked were competitive. Like it wasn't like niggas was getting like this wasn't like this one was a sunny.
Not watching it to fucking to be competitive. We watching it for fucking to be entertained. Like,
thank you.
It wasn't about entertainment. I wasn't. It was entertainment. But
that means you pretty much telling me you never enjoyed an Eric Morales fight in your life.
Back and forth with this shit.
Let me ask you real quick. Let me ask you.
Like in this case, I should have just put Jadakiss and Fabulous as my top 10 because that's really what Jadakiss.
Nah, because the Locks Dipset is better than that one now.
Or even fucking Ludacris and Nelly. Like that's that
wasn't top 10 anything.
No, that wasn't. If you put Ludacris and Nelly before Dipset and Locks, I might.
No, I'm saying those were the same type of verses as I told you that I didn't like. That's how I judge them. Like they were just.
Hold on, you ain't even had Red and Method Man.
Yeah, Red and Meth. That's my top 10 shit right there. Yeah, Red and Meth. Yeah.
All I'm saying is like your list is trash for like a top 10 ahead of the Locks.
Nah, this shit is dope. I don't know.
Nah, you always be the odd man out on some bullshit.
Because you couldn't even name 10. That's you, nigga. I can name 10. That was you.
Dude, I could name. 10. Look, I'm saying 10 that's better. The only ones I could say that are better than the Locks versus Dipset.
Well, that's your opinion. That's not mine, nigga.
Nigga, your opinion is like
nigga.
5%.
You ain't watched half of them. I guaranteed you have it.
Nigga, okay. First of all, I told the only ones I could put above the Locks and Dipset And I'm talking about entertainment wise, because that's what we're caring
All of
about.
them
We
was
don't.
entertaining, my nigga.
I could only put fucking DMX, Snoop,
Yep.
That's
Beanie,
yes.
Beanie, and
Bounty
Bounty
Killer.
Killer.
That's
Yeah.
a yes.
I could put Jeezy and on Gucci because that shit was entertaining as
That
fuck.
tension.
I
that
didn't watch
tension,
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, you didn't watch that one. You didn't watch the Brandy and Monica one either.
The Brandy, I forgot the Brandy and
Oh, that
Monica
was
one
dope.
was
That
a dope
Yeah,
one.
that was a dope one.
Yo, you know what? Fuck that. I put the Patti LaBelle and the motherfucking what's the name? Jesus Christ. Forgive me, Lord.
Anita Bit now. Anita, no,
Not Anita Baker, nigga. The fuck.
Gladys Knight, bro.
that is
Gladys
nice.
Knight. I would put that top 10. That shit was dope as fuck.
I don't know. Earth, Wind, and Fire Islands was classic to me. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, I mean it's up there. I wouldn't argue it, but
I mean, there was plenty.
I had to watch it after.
I mean, they even had
Somebody
Kirk
hyped
Franklin.
it up so
I mean, they had
bad.
Kirk Franklin versus Fred Hammond on there, like for gospel shit, and gospel people were all over that shit. So it's
But
like,
honestly, there's not a lot of producer ones that I would even put over there. So that's why it's funny even putting them in the list. Because a lot of producer ones didn't even end up dope like that.
I mean, there were 33. I mean, there've been 33 verses, so it's not hard to pick 10. Like
The
it's not
Primo
like
Rizzo. I mean, the Primo Rizzo one was dope. If you put that top 10, that's fine.
Yeah, you
did.
could put that top 10, but don't fucking come and tell me Swizz and Timbo.
Or that shit was so bad they had to do a rematch.
Exactly.
Nigga,
Wasn't
I
it?
like
You gonna
it.
say
And
Manny
I don't
Fresh
even,
and
and I don't
Scott
even like them
Storch?
like that, but this shit was nostalgia. I mean, I don't even like them two niggas like that.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Yo, fuck you,
Everything
niggas,
has
man.
to follow the perfect parameters for Pat.
Yeah, I named 10, nigga, and I explained my position. So yeah,
Your 10 is bollocks, basura.
that's on you, nigga.
Nah, the at least the fans know what's up. At least the subscribers and people on Twitter know what's up. They spoke. Yeah, maybe two niggas that said, you know what, I gotta be that guy, and say no. And that's cool. That's cool. You know, like you didn't watch Gucci versus Jeezy, and that was like legit one of the most entertaining ones. So it's like your opinion almost invalid, really.
A lot of people didn't watch that shit. I don't know what you said.
Nigga, a lot of
Who?
old 50-year-old
Who?
niggas like you ain't watch it.
I mean, it's
Who
not
didn't
like
watch that shit? Everybody don't watch that shit. I don't know what.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
I mean, I mean, if we pull up the ratings, I'm pretty sure it's not even like top 10 in terms of how much it was even watched. But that's all.
You
That's a whole other
serious?
semantics battle. I mean,
That shit ruled the internet for like 2-3 days.
fucking.
Did you
like,
just ignore all of that? Did you just skip it?
fucking Ashanti Keisha Cole's probably the most. I think that it had either that or probably had the most or some shit like that. And I didn't even like that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bizarro world shit. But yo, man, closing thoughts. Like anything y'all niggas trying to drop at the end. Wrap this shit up.
Yeah, pilot or I'll go.
Last night was great. I'm a huge fan of Dipset and Locks and Jadakiss. I grew up on all that shit. It paid my soul to see Dipset get smacked up like that, but hey, sometimes you know, like most times, like our shit, man. Sometimes they're wrong, but whatever. We love it. Still here. Ring gang.
All right. For me, it's like, like I said, I mean, it was regardless of what we just talked about. It shit was dope, and it put an end to pretty much Dipset's legacy. I mean, this is their legacy. It put an end to them, like really like that, like as like if you call them as like any top NY group, like just off that, because you can't swag rap your way to New York where bars are still a thing, bro. And the young rappers out there, if you want your shit to be remembered, you better start creating some shit that's worth remembering, and get yourself a fucking DJ too as well.
Facts.
Yeah, but that's what I have to say, man. Like I said, I love the verses. Seriously, is probably the best thing to come out of this fucking COVID shit that kind of killed like the concert touring and whatnot for the artists. So yeah, no, can't wait for more to pop off. P?
King P, our resident New York nigga.
All I got to say is I saw a quote today, a status today that that rang true with me about last night, and it's last night it hit me all over again. Rap is the key to everything for me. All this other superficial shit don't mean nothing. Just rap. Fuck it.
That's
how I feel. That's how I feel.
There were a lot of tweets like that. Like a lot of them, like I know, like some rappers like, yo, this kind of like really like woke something up in them. Like, hopefully this like triggers like people care about their bars again.
I think the bars are just a part of it. Like,
But yeah, I understand. But about making songs actually stick, because like I said, because I mean, all the locks are like the locks had the crowd eating out the palm of their hand, and
but
Dipset
it's not because they presented themselves as serious niggas who
right,
respect the craft and respect the art form.
right,
Like
absolutely,
that's my biggest takeaway. Like if you a young nigga that's rapping right now, people gotta learn to start doing shit and not have money be the number one fucking reason.
right,
Respect the
absolutely,
craft. If you respect the craft and do what it do, and you not looking to get instant gratification and a quick buck and a quick come up and looking at rap as a come up and shit, and you look at it like, yo, man, I really want to put my grind toward this shit, take it seriously. I want to promote seriously. I want to put the songs together seriously. I want to really do this shit like I'm supposed to and honor the craft, honor all the motherfuckers who ever picked up a mic in their lifetime in this fucking culture.
yes,
Then
sir.
I'm gonna take this shit serious. And the locks doubled down on that aspect and showed the world that look, we love hip hop. It's within us, and here it is. Here's our gift to you. Dip said it was just on some like, hey man, let me get that check, come up there, you bullshit your way through, and this the results you get when you do shit half-ass. You get half-ass results, and Lucky Cam is a good sport about it.
Yeah,
But it really make Jewels and Jimmy look bad though, because none of them, like Jimmy didn't do anything memorable. We all just remember Freaky dancing.
Hey, I don't
yeah,
know if I
freaky,
like.
the
I don't
most
know if I like
worthless
Freaky
hype
Zeke's
man
fucking
ever.
ODB gimmick. I'm not sure I feel his ODB gimmick's a little weird to me. It's always been a little weird to me though.
Yeah,
And
and
it's just overkill. And Jewels is like
he's a
he became
smoker, like
a
he's a
basehead
smoker, bro.
meme.
Yeah, that's a shame because pause. But Jules used to be one of the swaggiest cat, but then you see him getting punked on stage, look like a fiend.
Yeah, niggas
Again,
burnt out, bro.
on the ground by Jada. Like,
I'm
God
not
dang.
saying you can't do swag rap and shit. You can rap however the fuck you want. But my whole thing is take that shit serious. If you gonna rap, I don't care how the fuck you do it. Take it serious. Know your bars. If you got a group, be in sync with these niggas.
Right.
Tell niggas like, look, man, we can't go to the club tonight. We need to be rehearsing this song we gonna perform tomorrow.
Word.
Like, take this shit serious. I'm not, because rap is evolved. I know everybody's not gonna be hardcore boom bap lyricists and all that shit. I get it, but goddamn,
Yo,
you
yeah,
gonna do bullshit rap, nigga. Treat
that's the
your
one.
bullshit seriously.
Honestly,
Shout
that's
out
the
to
one
Henny
thing.
God too. Shout out to Henny
That's the
God.
one thing about some of these new niggas out there. They don't have the A&Rs no more because they do it because the whole shit has changed. So they don't know how to perform. Like they don't know how to perform their shit the way
But
they
it's
need
not
to.
only that. Fuck a A&R. Do it because you don't want to be in a fucking embarrassment. Do it because you love the fucking art of
Because
hip
you love the
hop.
goddamn art. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not giving niggas no passes. These are grown ass men. Like
No.
Joel Santana, the youngest nigga on stage, and he looked the most washed up.
Seriously, like this nigga
Think
look
like honestly, like Joel Santana, like I'm trying to think, like we're like around the same age, I believe. Like
39. He's 39 actually. I googled it earlier.
he okay, he like what a year or two older shit. Like, come on,
yeah,
what
like
the
nigga,
fuck?
you shouldn't be still swimming inside your clothes, bruh. Like seriously, you was in jail. What the fuck?
I don't even give a fuck. He could have came in there in a goddamn bed sheet. But if he ripped that fucking mic, I'ma shut the fuck up and give him his respect.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Nigga could have been dressed like Oscar the Grouch. He could have came in there at a garbage can, and if he starts spitting, like if Jada Kids jump out a garbage can right now and start freestyling and killing it, you ain't gonna be you might be like, what the fuck? You be like, hold on, this nigga got bars.
This nigga's hungry. Shit.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, shout out Henny Goslick. Yeah, that's my final thought. Fuck it. I don't want this shit to take too long, but
Yeah,
I'm glad we all can agree this shit was entertaining though. But
it was.
ringgameradio.com. Y'all make sure y'all just keep fucking with us, keep subscribing. Shout out to everybody else in the squad. Fight Architect, PJ, Big Rome, Top 5, RTDZ, Prolific Genius, and Clanarchy on the beats, the Sample Genius. You know what time it is. Cartoon episode 3 is out now. Y'all check it out. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, whatever.
Yes, and then also too, like a new story will be coming out, a new type of story. Some fictions coming out will be posted shortly. maybe next week or so. And of course, there's more prediction videos and probably forgotten fade articles and probably some more spin-offs as well that are in the pipeline. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace. Dipset.